Brian Stevens with the National Real Estate Post. So let's get started. I've got a fable of follies that I want to share with you, courtesy of our favorite company, Zillow. See, Zillow just can't get out of their own way, and their actions speak to a company in complete disarray and unclear of direction or purpose. Latest example of this whole thing, case in point, Zillow just canceled over 400 contracts to buy homes due to closing restraints. And this is according to Inman. I love the term closing restraints. These iBuying companies' ability to make up terms and words to confuse everybody else is second to none. Closing restraints. We'll explain what that is. It's called breaking a contract. Anyways.
Look how they massacred my boy.
After vowing to honor outstanding purchase agreements made through Zillow offers, Zillow has canceled 400 of approximately 8,172 contracts with home sellers nationwide, and more to come, I'm sure. Now, as I alluded to a moment ago, this is a massive screw job by Zillow and is going to create further legal issues for the company. So in a nutshell, here's what goes on. Zillow agrees to buy homes based on referrals from Minto Properties. Minto is a home builder down in Florida. So a home buyer goes into Minto and says, hey, I want to buy that new house over there that you're building. And Minto says, I don't know, that house, it ain't gonna be done until about March. The buyer says, well, shoot, that doesn't really work for me now, does it? Then Minto says, no problem, you see. Talk to Zillow.
What the hell are you talking about?
You know, my partner in this stuff. You see, because they'll go into contract to buy your house. So when we're done with the build over here, Zillow then buys your current house so you can buy our new Minto house over here. How does that sound? And the buyer goes, that sounds great. Side note, Zillow's been doing this with new home builders all across the country, and the fact that the National Association of Realtors nor any state association of realtors had anything to say about this is ridiculous. But back to our point at hand here. So the buyer's stoked about this whole thing because they get to go into contract with Zillow to sell their home. Then go into contract to buy the new home from the new builder Minto. So they're stoked too, Minto being, and now it's just a waiting game for the builder to wrap everything up. Just one problem here, people. In the interim, Zillow as a company just decides to blow up. Turns out their algorithm stunk. They massively overpaid for a ton of homes, which in turn they pulled out of iBuying, get very public about this, investors get very mad about it, even more so, and for some reason, nobody has sacked their CEO, Richard Barton, yet.
Screw you! You're fired!
Go figure. Anyways, now Zillow is pulling out of all of these extended Florida contracts. So now those once happy aspiring Minto home buyers are pissed off because one, they won't get the house that they went into contract on. Two, they're no longer selling the house that they thought they were selling to Zillow. Three, nobody is going to be a stooge and pay the type of money that Zillow was paying to buy these houses. So what to do, what to do? Aha, more good decisions from Zillow over here. Zillow decides to offer money to make the problem go away for all these broken contracts. In one instance, Zillow offered to let the seller keep the $1,000 deposit, to keep the $1,000 earnest money deposit. That was awfully nice of them.
Congratulations! 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 Congratulations!
With an additional, $2,500 thrown on top of that. Sweeten the pot, baby. Guess what the buyer said? They said, and I quote, we expect them to uphold their end of the deal. We thought this was a done deal. Oops.
I want to say, we are deeply sorry.
Have you ever got on the other side of a real estate transaction that just blows up at the last minute? They're super fun to deal with, and nobody ever cries, nobody ever makes threats, and nobody ever sues anybody. That never happens, said no lender or real estate ever in the history of real estate. Now imagine this happening, and this is going on right now, like thousands of times, and all nearly at once. And here's my observations. One, Zillow was allowed to secure a relationship with a new home builder to have them steer business their way, and this is precisely why that should never be allowed. This is why regulators should now be looking into all relationships that iBuyers have with new construction companies. The possibility for these things to go bad is blinding. Speaking of the term, number two, Zillow was blind to their own arrogance and their belief that they could do anything they wanted. They're a great tech company, they're a great marketing company, and that foolishly put them in a position where they believed that they could be a great real estate company, which was all built on the misguided belief that the United United States housing market is singular and can be got with a fancy algorithm. This turned out not to be true. On a side note here, real quickly, this is why a couple of years ago, Bill Ayers and a number of other hedge funds decided to short Zillow stocks. They saw Zillow's misguided and arrogant understanding of the housing market and forecast this, and they shorted their stock. And number three, regulators have completely dropped the ball with iBuyers. All the checks and balances that have been removed from a real estate transaction, they leave the buyers and the sellers exposed to this type of crap and threatens the housing market as a whole. So watch for more lawsuits as the green and blue seams start to tear from the vest of all those Zillow fatigues that they're wearing over there. You know, for the ones that aren't getting fired as we sit here and speak today. Oh, that's another story for another time. With that said, you guys make it a great Friday and enjoy your weekend. Watch the playoffs and go Georgia. How about that? Go Georgia. All right, bye.